Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we have an exciting topic to discuss. We'll be exploring how to display a counter on a 7 segment LED display using multiplexing on the LPC2148 microcontroller kit. This technique allows us to efficiently utilize the limited pins of the microcontroller while achieving a dynamic and display and visually appealing display. So let's dive right into it. Before we begin, let us understand the concept of multiplexing. In simple terms, multiplexing is a technique that allows us to control multiple devices using fewer pins. In the context of a 7 segment LED display, we can use multiplexing to cycle through each digit quickly, giving an illusion of continuous display. This technique is beneficial as it reduces the number of pins required to drive each segment individually, thereby conserving valuable resources on the microcontroller. Alright, let's get started with the setup. First, you all have to ensure that you have a LPC2148 development kit, a 7 segment LED display and necessary connecting wires. You all must connect the display to the appropriate pins on the LPC2148 kit. Make sure that you follow the pin mapping provided in the datasheet or user manual. Now that we have the hardware setup, let's move on to the programming part. Open Keel Microvision 4 and create a new project. We'll be using C language to write our code. Begin by including all the necessary header files which I have made use of, all the necessary header files, and defining the required macros. And I'll be dealing with some delays and switch counts, so I have defined them. Then I have initialized the GPIO pins. I have initialized the GPIO pins that are connected to the 7 segment display. This involves setting the pin directions, configuring them as output pins, and any other necessary initialization steps. With the initialization done, let's move on to the main part of the code. We'll be starting by writing a simpler counter loop that increments a variable from 0 to a specified maximum value. Now here we have an interesting part to display the counter part on the 7 segment LED display using multiplexing. We'll divide the counter value into individual digits and we'll extract each digit from the counter value. To achieve multiplexing, we'll cycle through each digit by turning on the corresponding segments for that digit and keeping the other segments turned off. We'll do this rapidly, switching between digits at a rate that is unpredictable to the human eye. To implement this, we'll use a loop that iterates through each digit and displays it on the 7 segment display, and thus this process will be repeated continuously, changing the counter and making an illusion that there is a continuously changing counter. Now you all can pause the video and check for the code. Now as we have written the code, now let's upload it to the LPC2148 microcontroller kit and see it in action. Once we have the code uploaded, we should be able to see the counter value being displayed on the 7 segment LED display, cycling through each digit smoothly. If the counter's values are flickering or something, we can increase the delay and check again. Okay, so now I'll be checking it by burning the code onto the LPC2148 kit.